Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here. I'm excited to share another really informative video with you all. And that video is all about how to dissolve the thoughts. Now, ever since I began my journey within meditation, going back into 2008, this has always been a very strong intention for me. Of course, many of us would see this either with experts talking about it on YouTube or reading about it in a book, even going back into what much of the ancient masters, about what they were talking about relating to the dissolution of thoughts. Well, I have very good news because just recently I was able to do an entire meditative session, which is about 15-20 minutes, and through the great majority of that time I was actually able to just sit there completely without any form of thoughts. So following the breath and just staying completely tranquil, neutral, centered, and present within the moment. And I wanted to teach this to many of you who may still be struggling with that. And of course, there are people around the world who may have already been able to achieve this, who may have already been able to dissolve the thoughts. Well, then I have to say, why are you watching this video? If you already dissolved the thoughts, you don't need to really watch this, right? So this is for people who are still looking to go into that level of dissolving the thoughts. Now, we have to firstly understand that thoughts, when they come through to us, they are all about a point of focus. When we have thoughts, we're focusing on something. Something has our attention. So maybe we're looking at a moment when we were just a 5-year-old kid, playing around, bouncing a ball, boingy boingy, down the street, etc., etc. So there's a thought of our 5-year-old selves playing with this ball, bouncing it down the street, and I bounced it too hard, and it went flying into traffic. And I remember that. That is a thought that sticks out. So that thought is embedded within our mind. How did that happen? Well, it's because as this 5-year-old boy, that focus upon that particular event got our attention. It's something that stayed around. Whereas we can think about 1,000 thoughts per day, but only a very small amount of those thoughts actually stay within our conscious awareness. Because we have put that imprint, we have created that impression through focus and through attention, relating to that younger 5-year-old version of ourselves bouncing a ball into traffic. Or maybe it goes into a movie. Maybe we see this action-packed scene, a person holding a gun, threatening a person. And that scene within that movie was so riveting to us. It got our attention. It got our focus, right? It existed as memory within ourselves. We were again transfixed to that little movie or TV show, whatever it may be. It's contained inside our minds. I could probably add 1,000 other different things pertaining to thoughts about when you first had your first kiss. Right? Here's a lady, here's a guy. Maybe it's 2 ladies, maybe it's 2 guys, wherever it is. Does not matter. About the aspect of orientation. Love is love, right? But you just remember that beautiful moment together, okay? So what we are doing is our focus, our intention, our attention is going into these scenes. And these scenes are like little bubbles within our minds. Spheres that contain this information of thought pertaining to memory. So how do we clear them out? When I'm meditating, how can I let myself go into a state of dissolving those thoughts? Well, we have to focus on the energy, right? So here you are meditating, and here you are seeing yourself as a beautiful, tranquil stream, right? Beautiful stream of water just flowing down the bank. And this represents the entirety of your being. This is your body. This is your mind. This is your heart. This is your soul. This is your spirit. And you can simply refer to all of this as the stream. So, there you are as the stream, this tranquil stream. And since the entirety of your existence, you have always been this stream, going beyond space, time, matter, dimension, etc. So when we look at all of these thoughts regarding ourselves, again contained in those bubbles, what has happened to the stream? Well, if we look at also, not just bubbles, but like a little bowl. Here's a bowl that represents just this bubble. And there's another bowl for this bubble. There's another bowl here for this bubble. And what has happened is that these thoughts have used like a soup ladle, you could say, okay, and scooped a lot of the water out of the stream and put it into these bowls. These bowls have part of the water within our stream within them. That's how they become memory. That's how they are thoughts. We've allowed ourselves, our ego self, our memory self, etc., to take this big soup ladle, dip it into the stream, go over to one of these memory bubbles, thought bubbles, and pour the soup ladle filled with that liquid into that little bowl. So, what this is saying is that we have divided our attention, divided our focus, divided our awareness into bringing attention towards these thoughts. These thoughts have our stream of being contained within them, meaning we have given them power. We have given them focus. We have given them attention. So in order for us to dissolve those thoughts, because it's not about destroying the thoughts, you can't destroy the thoughts. It's not about eliminating the thoughts, you cannot eliminate the thoughts. What you are doing is you're taking your focus back. Okay? So when you're going into meditation, you're concentrating on the breath, as many of us know. You work on the breath, okay? And you just observe, you witness. And you're staying together in the present moment. You're present. You're witnessing. You're breathing. And when these thoughts come up, you are now going to assign meaninglessness to the thoughts so that those thoughts have no hold on you anymore. And that bowl that has the water that was put in through the soup ladle can now be brought back to the stream and poured in. So you're pouring all of the focus relating to those thoughts back into your stream, because this is where your concentration is now. Your concentration is on the breath, it's on witnessing, and it's about being present as these thoughts have continuously showed up. So it's almost like you could say you're hunting for thoughts. You're hunting for memory. So when you're meditating, you're in the mentality of just watching the mind. You're not even really doing anything in meditation as this first step, is you're just watching your mind. You're watching what unfolds. Am I looking back at a favorite TV show? Am I looking back to when I was 5 years old? Am I looking back to when I had my first kiss? I look at those. I discover what the thoughts come up when I am witnessing my mind. As I do that, I notice this thought here. And we want to be aware of the thoughts. We're not trying to ignore it. We're not trying to push it away and say, no, I can't have any thoughts in meditation. Don't do that. I'm trying to push you away. Get out of here. That won't work. That thought will come back and it'll be even stronger the next time. The thing that we do not do is try to push these thoughts away when we're going into meditation. We want these thoughts to come in. And even if they're very intense, that's fine. Let the intense thoughts come. Let the intense forms of memories come into yourself. But you are again here. You're breathing, you're witnessing, and you're present. So you want to just flow with this stream as you're witnessing your thoughts And as you witness them, you're telling them, thought, I see you. I see this thought here. My first kiss. I see you, thought. But I now render you meaningless. And I bring the focus of your energy back into the stream. I bring your focus of energy back into my stream. And it's like seeing a dimmer switch, just starting to turn downwards. And it's like that thought is now fading away. Because where your attention is right here. It's on your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, your spirit. It's on your stream. And as you're focusing on your stream, you can also see it as the analogy that your body here is made up of that liquid stream. As it's made up of that liquid stream, you can feel this energy returning back into the stream. This thought and all of its focus returning back into your stream. You were the one that gave that thought power in the first place. Do you not think that you can bring that power back? You can. Right? You gave that thought attention because you saw it as something beyond yourself. You saw it beyond this stream. And so it became a partition. It became a partition of your first kiss, of this exciting movie, of bouncing the ball in traffic when you were 5 years old. You partitioned that to happen. So it became this sphere. Again, it's like the soup ladle, scooping out water from the stream, pouring it into a bowl, and that becomes a focused thought. Okay, thought is focus, it's intention, it's attention. It's what we have given our power to. We have given power to that thought to turn it into a memory. Okay? Thoughts can just be thoughts, which means you can have a thought, but it absolutely has no power to you whatsoever. It just flows away, right? You could say, oh, I wonder how my feet are feeling right now. Oh, they're feeling fine, I don't care about it. And the thought dissipates, right? The thought goes away. You're not concerned about your feet. Oh, I wonder if I should wear black socks today instead of white socks. Oh, I'm happy with my white socks, it's so good. Thought's gone, right? No more attention to the thought. Well, that's all you're doing with this. You are looking at this, and you want your thought to show itself to you. You just want to look at it, right? You just want to witness it. And you're seeing yourself with your first kiss. You're seeing yourself bounce that ball into traffic. And again, you're just seeing that bowl that represents the thought, and it's being poured back into the stream. As it's being poured back into the stream now, it's like that memory is just fading away, like you're turning a dimmer switch. And so, when you're in that state, and you see this aspect of the analogy pertaining to a liquid body, it's like all of these thoughts' energy, all this focus is just absorbing itself back into you. You have chosen not to give any meaning to those thoughts anymore. I see my first kiss here. I see my first love. Who cares? Shh. And I bring that energy, that focus, that attention back into myself. It now comes back into the stream body, as I'll call it. Okay? The body, the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit comes back into the stream body. So now that it's in the stream body, I just allow the next thought to come in, the next memory. Okay, here's a thought. Okay, I render it meaningless. I render it completely meaningless. I take all the focus that was originally contained within that thought, within that memory, and I bring it back into the stream body. So now, all my focus is contained completely in my stream body. The stream has my attention, because that's my awareness. I'm being aware of myself. I'm being focused on myself. I'm witnessing myself. I'm being present with myself, and I'm flowing with the breath through myself. The stream body. So, we are again just taking these bowls and putting them back into the stream. Taking the bowl, putting it into the stream. Taking the bowl, putting it into the stream. And that's all you're doing. So when thoughts keep coming up, you can just be patient and just let the thought speak to you loudly if it wants to. And it's like you're smiling at it and saying, thought, thank you that you're here. But I'm ready to render you meaningless, and I'm going to bring you back into my stream body. because I decide not to give you focal power anymore. That power of focus is returning to my stream. And there's the dimmer switch. And you're turning it all the way down. Maybe it was up from 100. Now it's turning all the way down to 0. It's not so much about just doing the action and not just visualizing this. Okay? I don't care how much you visualize. If you don't have a true intention to dissolve that thought and render it meaningless, you can do all the fancy visualization you want. There's no true intent behind that. There's no genuine course of transformation to take place, and so that thought is going to continue. You know, when I'm saying this to you guys, it's not about writing this down and saying, oh, okay, Brad wants me to do a dimmer switch here. Here's a dimmer switch. Let's see, here's 100. Here's the other side of the dimmer switch. Here's a 0. How should I turn it? Should I turn it that way? Guys, come on. That's not even focusing on the exercise, right? You're focusing too much on the technicality. I say this because a lot of people do this. They watch a video of mine, and they think they have to get all the technicalities of this. You guys got to get that technicality out of the way. What's important here is your resolve, is your intention, your authenticity to naturally pull that focus out of the thought and put it back into your stream body. That's what's important here. Not the attention to detail, pretending, oh, maybe it should be a silver knob. Maybe it should be a blue knob here. Maybe a red knob might be good. Oh, look how smooth that knob feels. You know, who cares? That's not important. What's important is your actions, what you're actually taking account of and what you're doing, how you're bringing that energy back into you. You're relinquishing all of the focus from that thought, relinquishing it from getting your attention, and you have chosen 100%. Thank you, thought, for showing yourself to me. I am now going to render you meaningless and bring all of your focus energy back into my stream. That's what you are genuinely doing. Okay? You're not focusing on a systematic approach. You got to get the logic out of the way here. You got to get the idea of scrutinizing and examining all of this. Okay? That's not going to help you. If you are a busybody mind and all you think about is structure and patternization and organization, you're going to, again, just get confused. Okay? Don't worry so much about the technical aspect. Don't worry so much about technicality. Focus on the intention, a strong intention. Right? Here's my thought. Looking at it right here. I see it right in my mind's eye. I see it exactly for what it is. Full awareness. And I am now choosing to relinquish all of that focused energy that I gave it at some point in my life and bringing it back into my stream. When you are able to do this, you have successfully dissolved a thought. Right? That thought still exists within the essence of creation, but it doesn't exist in your reality anymore because you have turned down the dial and you have given all of that power back to you. You've put it back into the stream. And when you do this again and again and again, with every other thought that comes in, what are we doing? What's the first step? Well, we get ourselves into meditation. We follow our breath. We witness our thoughts. And we're staying present. Okay? So just relax. Relax yourself and just be aware of the thoughts that come into your mind that are getting your attention. Don't push them away. Don't shove them away. Just watch them. Okay? Once you watch them, you'll just have that natural instinct to say, thought, thank you very much for showing yourself to me. I see you. But I am now rendering you meaningless. Okay? That is how a thought is dissolved. A thought is dissolved by rendering it completely meaningless. Okay? And you have to be in the alignment to do that. Okay? If you don't want to get rid of that thought, you don't want to get rid of that feeling of its focus, it's going to stay there. Okay? You're not allowing yourself to bring that awareness, that focus back into your stream. So yeah, this is an important thought. This is when I first kissed my first true love and all that. And you just basically said to yourself, yeah, I want to get into a thoughtless state. So there you go. You're holding yourself back, right? You have to understand, out of everything that I've taught here, guys, out of all the hundreds of videos that's on the channel, it's not hard to do any of these exercises. It's that you have to get out of your own way. You're your gatekeeper. You're the judge, jury, and maybe the executioner pertaining to yourself at times. Okay? You're the one that says, no, I got to keep this here. I can't get rid of that. Oh, Brad, help me get rid of this. I can't help you get rid of it. Your focus is still on it. Your focus is there. How can I get rid of something that you're focusing on? It's not for me to get rid of something that's in your reality in the first place. Okay? So, and again, getting rid of it is not really the words to put in it. It's just taking the focus back. It's taking that energy out of the bowl and putting it back into the stream. You want to become the stream. Okay? The stream is your focus, everything that you are. The stream is all around you. And so when you're working with your stream, you're empowering yourself back into the body, the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit. And you become the stream body. That's what you want to do. Okay? This is what I was able to do. I was sitting for about 10 to 15 minutes, completely thoughtless. It was wonderful. You get such incredible downloads in that state. Your vitality soars. Your memory starts to actually increase because there's a lot of memories that come back from many, many years ago you didn't even think you still had. You go into a greater state of depth perception. Okay? It's a wonderful state of being to be into. This is exactly what the ancient masters have been talking about for many thousands of years, about getting into that thoughtless state. Some people may say, Brad, you know what? It's not actually possible to make yourself stop thinking. Guys, I have to say in the most loving way, BS. It is possible because I've done it. Okay? If it was not possible, none of us would do it. If it wasn't possible, the yogis wouldn't be able to do it. They say, no, this is impossible. You guys can't do it. Don't even try. Okay? No offense to those people that say it's impossible for you to have no thoughts within your mind. You guys haven't even tried, right? You've made up your mind. You're nothing more than looking at that and perceiving it as a belief, right? It's a wall directly in front of your reality. I'm telling you, yes, you can. You can have a zero thought state. You can go into samadhi, right? You can go into a level of bliss, a level of nirvana. All of that is very possible. Okay? It's not impossible. But again, you're the one that makes it impossible. Like I said, you're the gatekeeper. You're the one that is holding yourself back here. You're in charge of the gate. If you don't let yourself in, then of course you're not going to experience it. Of course you're going to think it's impossible. But you're allowing yourself to get into that idea. Right? It's very, very possible to make yourself thoughtless. To make yourself enter the zero thought state, to go into this beautiful state, and when you stay there, like I said, I can't even describe it. It's beauty beyond imagination. It's beautiful. You feel so much lighter, you feel centered, you feel very much connected to everything. You're allowing thoughts to come in, but you're not allowing thoughts to distract you anymore, okay? Because you're dialing them down. You're putting them down to zero, and you're putting them back into the stream, okay? This is how you dissolve the thoughts. Okay, so all dissolving is just rendering it meaningless. You are rendering the thoughts meaningless. And as long as you are able to continue to do that each and every single day, you'll basically be at the point where you have not a single thought in your head. No more spheres, no more memories trying to grab your attention, taking you out of your presence. Okay? And that has all kinds of, I wouldn't say benefits, but it just brings you back into the wholeness of yourself. So try it this way. But again, like I said, don't focus so much on the technicality. Don't focus so much on the exercise parameters. Focus on the intent. Focus on the awareness. Focus on the commitment of being able to dissolve those thoughts by being willing to let those thoughts and the energy of focus return back into your stream body. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care.